Welcome to the Cars, Bars, and Guitars podcast, episode
98.
I'm AJ.
And I'm Steve.
Steve, who are we brought to you today by?
A $5,000 license plate.
Let's do this. Yeah. Very nice.
How do you fill in the folks with the price discrepancies regarding Emily's car hunt?
I believe that was... I think we talked about that
probably
last
upon
episode.
Acquisition for a more reasonable price.
Mm-hmm.
So here we have Tim Marburger Hamburger Shit Sandwich Honda of Almarl offering you a $30,000 Honda Harvey.
No.
Nah.
Nope.
Nope.
Not even fully loaded there, sport.
Nope. Actually, it is a sport instead of what, an LX, EX?
Yeah, LX is
WTF
the
touring.
base, then it's sport, and then it's EX, and then the touring now are the Honda.
I need a HRV SIR, sir.
Alphabet soup, man.
Yes.
Let's just go back to naming cars.
Uh-huh.
I don't see the alphanumeric. I don't see the advantage of doing that.
Easier copyrights. You don't need to, you can just make up a bunch of letters, and it doesn't need to be anything.
Yeah,
that's why they've gone all alphanumeric, because they've run out of names.
Well, Steve, we're going to share a Christmas cookie at first, because it's November, and there's not even really Thanksgiving beers.
Thankfully, no. Otherwise, you'd have a lot of, cranberry beer? Gravy beer?
Gravy beer sounds better than I don't like cranberry sauce, do you?
I'm indifferent.
No. But you'll pretty much eat anything.
Pretty much.
There
won't. Few limitations.
Yeah, I could take it early. I'm on vacation, Steve.
Yes.
I didn't do shit today. Well, actually, scratch that. I did laundry, which Emily doesn't know about because she thought she would have to do it when she gets home, and now it's all done.
Nice.
I cleaned the toilets and went to the Mexican joint. So I did a little bit, but I didn't have to go to work, and let's be honest, that's the most important thing in this episode.
Yeah.
So
I still have beach laundry to take care of, but I've not had a dull moment since getting back home Sunday.
Gotcha. So this is a Christmas cookie from last year. It's 7.5%, and it's a winter ale. So, Steve, you want to be a fat boy or an Anderson Valley?
Fat boy.
You're not a fat boy.
I want to be.
You're a PHAT boy.
Yeah, last time I myself with a $1.80 fully clothed.
I forgot how good that was, actually. That's really good.
My coyote likes it too.
What's that flavor I'm getting at the end? It's like not nutmeggy, but it's like
it's not cinnamon.
No,
it's almost like a graham cracker. Almost like gingerbread. Some mix.
They said it was
miscellaneous Christmas cookie.
It says brewed with cookies and cheer. I think it's probably the gingerbread kind of shining through. That's excellent. I hope it's also aged. It's from last year, so maybe that might be why it tastes a little bit different. But
so are we.
That is true. So, Steve, how was the beach trip?
That was lovely.
The mini moon.
The mini moon, though. 8 days in Holden Beach.
Was everything open?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Didn't know.
Yeah, some places had more limited hours, given that this is the off season.
Mm-hmm.
But we had no trouble getting in and out to wherever we wanted to go.
That's good.
Dined out a few times, shopped a few times, got drunk on the beach a lot.
Did you make it to Mackay Brewing?
No, I kept thinking we could make it to a brewery, but with the everything, and we brought enough booze to feed ourselves all over again, and then picked up some more. I was like, we killed that bottle of Boundary Street whiskey I told you about.
Yeah, where did you get that from?
The ABC store in Charlotte, which is the
Okay.
next town up from Holden, and the whiskey itself's from Newton, so not quite Hickory.
Yeah, I forgot it was from there. I knew I forgot where you got it from, and B, but I didn't realize they had a distillery up in Hickory. There's nothing else in Hickory, really.
There had been a German joint that Mom liked to go to, bouncing between Gordon and Jenny's place and Boone when she had to travel more for work when she was working. But
right,
now folks have been retired for a while.
Yeah, your pops retired 2 years ago?
Something like that.
Right?
I think it was was it right at the end of 2020?
He was almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, so
that's depressing. It is November of 2021. I was crippled 2 years ago, if you remember that. So that was 2 years ago. I just don't know, You don't believe your folks when they tell you it goes by faster when you get older. And, well, then it happens.
Yeah, it
to you.
does. Like I've been working where I am for over a year and a half and been in my new role a month as of tomorrow.
Jeez.
And like it still doesn't feel like work. It's keep an eye on things. It was like I'm not running my ass off. I'm not nearly as stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not nearly as mad as a certain crew of people as I had been. I don't have to deal with their shit anymore or whatever they didn't do. That's all somebody else.
Yep. Lovely. Yep.
There's an entirely different crew of people to disappoint me, but I kind of came in expecting that. More details off air.
I was going to say because
I was going to say like management for that crew is always looking for people, but I would not recommend that because this would be having your same customers from hell all the time.
Yep. I think I've already decided if I don't just step down from my role, I'm going to leave retail altogether and do something different. I'm not sure I can do it anymore. But stepping down to the DSD role would be in the back room, so I would only have to deal with vendors instead of customers. So
that's already people bringing stuff that the stores ordered.
Sure. Well, or the vendors themselves, like the Coca-Cola rep will come in, order, and then the driver will drop pallets off, and then I have to make sure everything's on there by invoices and shit. So I'll still be on my feet. I'll still be getting exercise, but I won't have to be lifting a lot of shit, and then I'll be working Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 2:30.
Okay.
Exactly.
Did that still have as steep a cut as you were fearing?
They adjusted our pay scale.
Ooh.
So instead of taking a $4 pay cut, it would be, if I got top pay for it, it would be 75 cents. That's a no fucking brainer. I haven't put a 40-hour weekend in 4 months. I leave early because I can't stand it anymore. But I work really fast. I've been doing it a long time.
Yeah. So. But on the other hand, you're also not billing them for overtime. Because about the time that I switched roles going into salary, they kind of cracked down on first shift staying over because now there's a second shift that's got a lot to learn.
It's a nice way to put that, right?
Uh-huh. Euphemism.
Uh-huh.
We're all euphemism.
Yes. So you got back from the beach. I'll be going to the mountains for the annual cabin trip, which you are desperately missed at, and you need to make maybe next year since...
one of these days.
Well, it seems like life's kind of falling together for you guys. So Kay's working. You're doing something you don't hate.
She's enjoying what she's doing, but she's still training, and the lady that's training her is also juggling 2 or 3 other training sessions. Mm-hmm. So they're about ready to cut her loose, but there's still a few things she's not so certain on. So, rather than working 8 to 5, it's kind of morphed into more like a 10 to 7.
She likes that, though, doesn't she?
Kind of, sort of, but to have a little more predictability and to not have to rely on her trainer and whatever work is heading her way. It's off to a good start, but 6 weeks in, there's some improvement to be had.
Where's the office? Or no, she's working from home.
She's working from home, but the local office is by North Lake. So this is funny that we've effectively switched where we're working. That she had been working in downtown Concord. I'm in South Concord, and I had been working, just south of North Lake Mall, and she's working her at least local office is right across the street from it. They were already working remotely prior to all hell breaking loose. She made it there for 2 days for training, but even after her first day could have been cut loose to work from home. She figured might as well make one more day in to see these people she'll never see again.
Yeah. Really. No tablet today?
Not even a rush to get out, just not thinking this morning. It's just a wonder I'm left wearing matching socks.
If they're the same size, they're matching. So I don't really see the problem there.
That's why Kaylin and I do laundry separately.
Emily asks me why I do that sometimes. I threw it all together today because I didn't feel like doing multiples, but usually I'll do it separately because she has like a bag that you put the undergarments in and I'm like, I don't remember what
the phrase you're looking for is delicates.
There you go. So I don't know what goes in what. So, and I'm just saying, I've mixed whites and darks together and nothing bad's happened yet. So
I've had a few things here and there, and it hasn't much mattered.
Nope. Just don't bleach the darks.
Yeah.
Unless you use color bleach, and that's a different thing altogether.
Yeah, then it's not bleach.
Exactly. I don't know what that is, but it's Photoshop.
But with clothing.
Yes.
I much prefer Photoshop, but with welding.
Yes. Steve, you ready to do some news?
That's right. I rolled my ticker.
Steve Hertz has purchased 100,000 Teslas in a $4.2 billion deal. Because that's what I want to rent a car, is that I have to not have the infrastructure to take it on trips.
Yeah.
There's
And if... So that's what, $42K a car?
Yeah.
So that's likely more basic model. So you still have leather, but it's thinner than your watch band. Likely the rear drive only.
Probably.
Likely not autopiloted, which is wrongfully named.
Yep. Very wrongfully named.
What I want is an electric car with basic everything. Crank windows, man. Less electrical draw. Come on.
Honestly, that's not a horrible idea. I mean, and then have solar panels
nowadays
for like radio, and shit like that. Like the Teslas don't have solar, do they? Or an option?
Don't know, because the entire roofs on a lot of them are just tinted glass, which makes photographing them difficult if you have a white interior. A, tough to keep clean. 2, it gets really bright.
Yes.
So you have to cut half the lights to get the pictures on them.
And also, when the sun is at high noon, it still fucking sucks.
It's like, I suddenly don't miss having a sunroof after the last few cars haven't had it. And then on a bright day, open it up in Kaylin's car. It's like, oh, wait, I'm dying here.
Yeah, on the way home from work, I won't throw the top back in the Jeep, because when I go home at 2:30 or 3, because of the way I go home, it beats right fucking down on my face. Super nice to have, but that's a little different though, because there's no glass. It's solid, like
right. It's just
it's either open or closed.
It is a hole in the roof that you control.
Yeah, it's a controllable hole.
Controllable.
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 There was a good Tesla's been shitting on the Mach-E because it has a better range. But A, Ford builds a better car than Tesla, and there's no fucking doubt about that. But B, or 2,
I've listened to the LA Boy too.
Yes, but who really?
Someone's been in this business for 110 years.
Yeah, who? Most people don't drive 300 miles at a time. Most of the time, your commute. What would you say the average commute is, mileage wise?
50 a day.
25 one way. You think the average is that high? 25 one way.
I think you got some crazy commuters here and there.
Say it's 20.
Okay, so maybe 30.
I was going to say 35 but say it's 30 the average commute. So
I figure if you tack commute plus shopping.
Sure, yeah. So say 40. Or even say 50. Yeah. Even if you said 50, you drive 50 miles a day. You have a 250-mile range.
That's based entirely on my figures.
Well, that's 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So does it really matter that the Mach-E gets 50 less miles per range? Because you don't see really car companies shitting on, like my Jeep if I did all 60-mile-per-hour driving, I could probably get 400 miles out of the tank. But
yeah, but you also have to feed it 20 gallons at a time.
Yeah.
So
I don't understand, the discrepancies there, because most people that are driving them are not really driving them.
Yeah, versus a Nissan Leaf is real limited at, give it some age, it'll have a 50-mile range.
That's with hybrid only, right?
That is an electric-only car.
Right. What's the other?
Now,
Nissan has some hybrids, but not...
Yeah, you can get an Altima hybrid.
So now you can be a shitty driver and save the planet. The Camry.
I'm totally drawing a blank. Yeah, Camry's had that as an option. Corolla's now an option, which is funny when there's the Prius. Oof. The RAV4 hybrid, the Highlander hybrid, the return of the Venza hybrid, the Sienna hybrid.
Why are there so many different models?
Well, Toyota's got the money.
I know,
and they have yet to make a full electric car, but they've been in a hybrid game since the late 90s, so they're ahead of everybody on that. the Prius keeps getting worse looking with each generation, but it's well established technology. And in the case of a hybrid, like, if your batteries quit after a decade, you still have some means of propulsion from your gas tank.
We've been seeing a lot of battery-powered resto mod, like taking an old, see the Ford truck that had like the full Tesla thing in it? I've got an idea.
And my favorite was the one that Farrah was talking about, the Teslanda, the 81 Accord.
Yep.
So it was like the last of the first-gen Accord sedan with a Tesla powertrain in it.
I say we go the other way and find a Tesla and put a Hellcat engine in it.
I'll get back to you on that. I never heard something like that, but they did with a Prius.
Even better. It's funny because when the first-gen Prius came out, it was hideous.
Yeah.
Now, compared to the new ones, it's actually not that bad.
It just looks like it looks like the Echo of the time, which just looks like a funny hat. So there you have it, guys. If you want a first-gen Prius or Toyota Echo, then you're effectively driving an Arby's hat. Pharrell Williams will commend you for it and try to wear your car.
The Echo I found to be kind of inoffensive, if not way too cutesy.
Yeah,
I've never seen
it was
a man driving one.
Yeah, no,
not a masculine one.
A human.
Yeah, especially with the graphic on the side.
A human.
And I've never ever liked the center controls.
And that was Proto Scion that the early XB and I think XA might have done it too.
Okay. But then
I think
Saturn
the Saturn Ion did it.
Bruce.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to think of
I have a hard time thinking of other cars.
Mini Cooper.
That's a little different. That you do still have some gauges in front of you, but you had like the giant dial in the middle.
Yeah. That
now is morphed into housing your radio, your nav, your HVAC controls.
New Beetle didn't have that. I don't remember. Let's be honest. It's been a long time since I've seen a New Beetle.
Yeah, or hell, even working around because I think that original generation New Beetle was 98 through 09 or 10, and then they changed it to just the Beetle to run the next 10 years and then finally die out.
The square body, like the flat fender one, those actually looked pretty good.
The second gen New Beetle, while still a Beetle, was a much better looking car.
Sure.
It wasn't so goofy looking.
I don't remember the last time I saw any. I see way more old bus.
I actually saw one today leaving work.
No shit.
It's like it was one of the merchandises.
Jesus Christ.
Just thinking that's pretty goofy looking. And that's what made me think of the Toyota Echo a moment ago when you're talking about that. Like, the Toyota Echo looks like a New Beetle if it was a normal-ish looking car.
Yeah, the New Beetle is a melted Echo. Kind of. And it always bothered me it looked the same going or coming.
Yeah.
It bothered the shit out of me.
Was it James May's, was it the Rover? Whatever that thing was, that would the Austin Princess that was like more aerodynamic in reverse.
Yes.
So what is this? A Seville Bustleback? Ugh.
The thing was, Jeremy had the Rover 75, and he opened the door, and the door panel fucking stayed. The door open. That was amazing.
I've actually seen that happen with merch at work. Like, did nobody else have this happen to you?
That was so good. That was the one that they had filled them up with water and tried to take a lap.
Yeah, and try to see if it was watertight or if it could withstand the weight. It was, a good test in multiple ways.
Yeah. Now I think Japanese cars used to be watertight for 20 minutes, but I'll get back to you on that.
But now there's a Versa.
Yeah. Steve, the 2023 Corvette Z06 will have a 5.5-liter flat-plane crank V8 producing a normally aspirated 670 horsepower.
They should have made it 4 fewer.
Yeah, they should have. That is incredible.
We call it the Zeo Beast.
It's incredible that they got that much normally aspirated power. But now that thing revs to 8,400 RPMs. That's going to sound so fucking good. It looks really good, too. But
Wrong transmission.
There you go.
And I'm not a fan of the square steering wheel.
I would get used to. I don't love it, but you probably would get used to it.
But at least it's not a yoke.
Yeah, that's true.
Tesla.
In person, they look so much better than pictures.
It's quite striking.
Sure. The pictures don't really do it. The Supra too. Like when Brian brought the Supra over when he bought it, I was like, oh, okay, that looks a lot better in person. You know, it's still maybe it's a little too swoopy for me because I like clean lines and stuff, but it looks better in person. But the Corvette
and
looks
plus the
way
touches
better.
he's done to his
Made it. Yeah, the back spoiler that looks really fucking good. That's all the car news, but we have some booze news, dudes.
Boy, you're not going to mention that the 2022 Honda Civic Si can be started at $27,300.
And by the way, I sat in one at the Honda dealership, and the interior on that is nice.
I'm just
really
glad
nice.
it looks like a normal car again after the rejected Transformer of the 2016 generation.
Yeah, I don't. To be honest, my favorite Civic generation is 96 through 2000.
Yeah.
I love
It cleaned up the earlier 90s design.
Yes. The interior was
before
perfect.
looking plainer Janer from 01 to 08.
6.
I
think
think
07.
and then it went to the Jelly Bean spaceship for a while, and then it got rejected Transform Origami.
Because Toby had an 04. And boy, that thing was slow. But he never had any trouble out of that fucking thing until he did. But that wasn't his fault.
Yeah,
that's another show.
Much like his current one, that he had no trouble out of it until
that's another show.
Our dearly departed.
Yeah,
that took liberties with it.
Something like that.
User error.
Something like that, yeah. But the new Civic interior is just beautiful. Very, very good interior. 9 Western Kentucky cities are partnering with craft beer scene to produce a Kentucky craft beer trail to mirror the popular bourbon trail.
Because when you think craft beer, you think Western Kentucky.
Yes. I'd be willing to do both.
The fact that it's bordering West Virginia, which is due south of Pittsburgh, which, Pennsylvania knows a thing or two about beer.
Sure.
Proximity's not going to hurt. And distilling, brewing, I'm all for it.
Brew stilling.
Yes.
So if you do both of them, it would be called the Boilermaker Trail, right?
Yes.
I'm approving that. I think we should like copyright that.
Let's see. It was Western Kentucky. That's going to be south of Indiana, because that's where they keep Three Floyds that you can't get here.
Right. But
Gumbo Head. I only watched a Gumbo Rally.
Three Floyds is practically bourbon anyway with some of those high ABV brews. So, I mean, mixing more in it can't be a bad thing.
Huh?
The number of craft breweries in the United States is approaching 9,000. And honestly, if you would have told me that, I don't know if I would have thought it would have been more or less.
It's tough to gauge, given that you've got cities like Charlotte with dozens and dozens, and San Diego with north of 100.
It's a little over 100.
One of the guys I interviewed with was planning on getting married in San Diego, and quite thrilled at the brewery scene to be had there. Only for me to discover that Phoenix to San Diego is only 6 hours.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking. I love San Diego and Vegas so much that Phoenix is kind of a good location. Although I asked my buddy at work, Tevin, he's like, I've been to Phoenix. I was like, how is it? He goes, it's a city. So okay, Steve, you brought this last time, I think, and we didn't.
That sounds about right.
We didn't get to it.
I was thrilled to see that the Narragansett Oktoberfest had returned.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Afton Target.
I gotta tell you how good I feel right now. Like, I'm a little bloated from eating so much Mexican food earlier, but like not having to go to work, my blood pressure's so low, and I feel just calm and good. It's a good thing. This vacation will be over with.
Meanwhile, the gentleman with whom I'm working has been thanking me for my help along this last month. Never mind, last week I was out of town, but the rest of it, though, like, we've got this big transition coming up end of the month with however they're handling the flow of work. Like, welcome. Just making sure that computers get set up. I could do that. Can you get online? Cool. Like, doesn't feel like work. Okay.
That tastes
except for whatever old inventory management system that a dozen people can't get on, and they basically got reports back saying they've white flagged it on the other end. Like, all right, here you have it, guys. They've given up. So please seek alternative means of work in the meantime.
Jeez. That tastes an awful lot like something you would get at Old Mecklenburg. And that's probably because it's
an Oktoberfest beer from Rhode Island.
So it's not really the German... Oh, okay, never mind. German-style Marzen. But that tastes an awful lot like
that would be similar to a Mctoberfest.
Yeah.
I think this kind of falls between a Mctoberfest and the standard copper, and that's okay.
And what did you say? It was Boston Lager and
an
Old Mac Copper?
Same diff.
Exactly. I think Fat Boy's my favorite Old Mac beer. Mctoberfest is good.
They had a Hoppy Pilsner last I was there. It didn't suck.
Ah, shit. What was the name of that? It was.
They don't have names. They just have styles.
Hornet's Nest is not great.
It's no Captain Jack.
Captain Jackson.
That Pilsner's vile.
That's not good at all. There was another
that beer can go off.
Canadian athlete Corey Belmore took home the world title while racing in Manchester, England. The world title of the Beer Mile. The 3-time winner set a new world record for the event, completing 4 laps and chugging 4 pints in 4 minutes and 28 seconds.
I could do one of these things.
Honestly, at this point, I think I'd rather run the fucking mile. I don't think I can chug 4 beers. I don't think I could chug 4 waters.
4 milks.
Not sure about that either. I want to do the Krispy Kreme thing there in Raleigh. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, the whatever donut run.
Yeah, I think you run from NC State campus to the Krispy Kreme somewhere nearby. That's like a mile,
like a mile down the road.
Eat a dozen donuts and run back. I want to try that. I don't know why, but
it's ridiculous and silly.
I feel like
it's close enough by.
I feel like I could eat the donuts more than I could chug 4 beers, though.
Yeah,
but solid sits differently in your stomach than liquid does. That's a lot of sloshing.
That with the Krispy Kreme donut, that's a lot of air.
Well, that's fair too.
Yeah, so that's why this is easy. If you're going to a Dunkin', you're in trouble to have a dozen of them.
Panera. 12 bagels.
Brugger's.
Jesus Christ.
That was 9 years ago. I did the Old Mac 1K. What's that, you say? It was at the old location of Old Mac that became Sugar Creek Brewing and doing a run around the block, and then you got a ticket for a beer and a T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I did half of it backwards. By the way, even doing half a kilometer running backwards will make your legs hurt in ways you didn't know they could.
Something about not using the correct muscle for
anything.
You should have just mixed it up and did forward to the right.
Yeah,
backwards
just
to
doing
the left.
Spirals.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, not like that, but like a little bit forward, then the next fourth to the side. Just kind of, you don't want to do it like that. It might be revisiting.
It's 0.6 of a mile. It'll be okay. It's
my fastest 5K. You didn't run or anything in high school, did you?
No, that was never a fun time. I think my best mile was 7.5.
The idea for me...
And now my knees are going to scoff if I try to break 10.
The idea for me was to stay in shape for basketball, but what it did was I couldn't jump as high after running cross country. It's a different muscle group. Because I could dunk off an alley-oop, but...
And probably outrun everybody.
For the first 2 weeks or so, I couldn't do it anymore until I got my muscle memory back. But my fastest 5K was 20 minutes. And I quite literally, when I tell you I never practiced, I quite literally never fucking practiced. So the idea of me staying in shape really didn't work because I didn't really
it's not that you were out of shape. It was just a different group of muscles were exercised. You didn't get fat in the process. It's just... you exercise a different set of muscles.
Mm-hmm. I also
and
did
then still could, take on a large pizza whenever you wanted.
Sure.
And remain so.
I also didn't experience what they called the runner's high, where you get that.
Oh, that sort of euphoria, adrenaline rush.
Nope. I get that on stage. I don't get that putting one foot in front of the other in a rapid pace.
No.
I think my fastest mile
this
was
is
like
morphing
5
into
minutes.
a George Carlin bit when they have a magazine about walking.
Yeah, walking. Here's a good article, putting one foot in front of the other. Look, Dan, the new walking is out. I love George. Steve, Jim Beam has opened up a new restaurant on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. And to which I replied, what do you mean a new restaurant? They had another restaurant? It's probably good. Jim Beam makes some good stuff. I mean, like Jack, they make good stuff. The cheap, shitty stuff's not.
Jack Daniels is one out of Tennessee, right?
Yes.
Because that'd be really funny if it was Jack Daniels announcing a restaurant in Kentucky.
Fuck you, Kentucky.
That's what that old tub was that we buried for pleasant of hot wedding weather. Like whatever the hell my sibling superstition is, it worked.
The cheap distillers make good stuff. You just like
if you buy seek out the higher end stuff from the cheap stuff. So it's not, find something that has some age on it, has a different color label on it, has some flair to it.
Or if it says bottled in bond, it's usually good.
That's why I sought out 2 of them last time I met up with Chuck to buy 2 Raz Pies, or sell 2 Raz Pies to him.
Right.
Needless to say, the Locust Midland ABC store is way nicer inside than I expected.
Old Tub was $23 or something, and like regular Jim Beam's like $16. So if you're gonna buy it, spend the extra $6 or $7. Just get the Old Tub.
Do I have to get a clawfoot to drink it out of now?
They recommend you do that. New Belgium Brewing and Four Roses Bourbon announced on Monday the highly anticipated 2021 release of their Oak Spire Bourbon Barrel Ale. That's got to be fantastic.
Interesting. Like most New Belgium products, everything's now a Voodoo Ranger of some sort. And Four Roses Bourbon proper, I found to be firewater. That shit felt like I was drinking thorns.
Yep, I have some downstairs if you want to retry
it. Well, you put it that way.
I just want to know if it's going to burn again.
Yeah, that's it.
And last but not...
Got to make sure that Pepsi in my car still works.
Yeah. Last but not least, Steve, the only bit of music news I have, Bruce Springsteen is negotiating with Sony Records to sell his entire catalog in publishing. Well, I don't know why artists are doing this now. Like, they can't be that hard up for money.
No. Well, it's not like... How's it being managed now?
He might own the right. So in order to sell them, you have to own them first, I believe.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure he has them, but I don't. Somebody would really I don't have an extensive catalog, but somebody would have to pay me a decent amount for me to give up all my songs. And I'm not Bruce Springsteen, so there's no telling what that number could possibly be. That's all the news, Steve. The 6 o'clock news is over with at 6:09. Boom, boom, boom. So should we do albums or songs from '98?
Songs are ever easier.
Songs are very much easier. So I guess let's do...
And I just got back from vacation. You're going on vacation. Let's take it easy.
Take it easy.
As my first plate said, take it twice.
Steve, I'm sorry that you seem to be confused. It's not hard to see. The boy is mine. That video was my introduction to being down with the swirl. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was In Vogue's video to Never Gonna Get It. Point still stands. That was a good one. So I'm just on Google, just kind of fudging off.
Now watch it. I have 1998 songs. It's been 1 week since Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's funny. Like looking it up, it's going to give us different lists, like straight off of Google.
Oh, sure, but no, actually, that was the next one up, and then you had cheesy country at its finest. Yeah,
Faith Hill is unreasonable.
Faith Hill.
Faith Valley.
The Way You Love Me was worse because it had that horrible ass auto tune to it.
And that would have been at the dawn of auto-tune.
Yeah, right when Cher and
And that, it's like, forget Exxon Valdez. Auto-tune is the worst thing that come out of Exxon. What's that you say? Apparently that was devised using some means of early fracking.
Ooh,
like sound waves, like used for finding oil in the ground. Somehow that technology morphed into auto-tune. So in case you need to hate it some more.
What the fuck? What do Cher and fracking have in common?
I don't want either one in my ear.
Yeah. All right.
Speaking of irritating songs, you don't want to close your eyes? You don't want to fall asleep?
Go. You know, when Aerosmith is good, they're good. Boy, but when they're not good, they really, really, really are not good. What's the worst song, though? That or Pink?
Pink. Which one do you always tell you left the concert? Once they play this, Pink. You're leaving.
Yep.
Because you're right.
Yep. Well, there are good... There are cheesy songs that are not good. And then there are kind of cheesy songs that actually, if you look at them, are really pretty. Iris from Goo Goo Dolls is kind of cheesy. But it's very
pretty.
Very pretty. I Don't Want to Miss a Thing is just very cheesy. They recorded it in Wisconsin.
That was Switzerland.
You did skip Come With Me from P. Diddy. Do you remember that one?
That is not how my order goes, because that's why I usually try to pick a website and go with that. Instead, Google's going to give you different fucking answers.
Last time we did that, though, we got really eclectic. So, but
what the hell are these weird things?
We can skip around.
We're going to be whatever we find, and then we'll repeat a few things, whatever.
We don't have to. We'll just, I mean, it's not in the right, it's not in the same order, but it's in, it's still on there. But Come With Me had the riff from what Led Zeppelin song?
Kashmir.
Yep, and Jimmy Page was in that video. Why? Why Jimmy Page?
Well, Led Zeppelin hadn't been doing anything for 16 years.
Oh, that's fair.
Intergalactic, planetary.
I love that fucking song. Do you remember Deborah Cox's Nobody's Supposed to Be Here?
No.
I really, it's How did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be. It's just your typical R&B, song. It's really a nice song.
Much like Innovation Brewing, this brings no bells.
I'll be there tomorrow, Friday. Be there Friday.
Tomorrow-ish.
Yeah. Fortnite. Wait, what's a fortnight?
2 weeks.
Oh.
And a game for entertaining people.
A fortnight and a good brewery. You're next, Steve.
That thing.
You know you better watch out. I liked that song. I liked it.
It's like I can remember it. Didn't hate it.
I don't remember Music Sounds Better with You from Stardust.
That's why I figure if I don't know it, I'm skipping it.
Okay. Or Make It Hot from Nicole Ray.
Nope. How about right about now? The Funk Soul Brother.
Check it out now.
The Funk Soul Brother.
Yeah, the Rockefeller Skank.
That was complete nonsense, and I loved it.
That was good. Now, Lord Tariq and Peter Gunn's Deja Vu. I only know that because I played basketball. And
otherwise, what is happening here?
New York brothers got crazy game, but out of town brothers is all the same. It was about New York.
I've never been to city nor state.
Uptown. If it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap shit probably wouldn't be going on. So tell me where you from. Uptown, baby, uptown. When you're the only marshmallow in the chocolate chip factory, you're gonna hear a lot of hip hop.
Gonna get learned.
I like it. I like that song though. It brings me back.
Soundtrack of work.
Yeah, for real.
That's why I have to out death clock them.
Yes. Death clock.
I was thinking more underwater friends and my underwater friends. Yeah, underwater friends. But that was more 2008.
Feel free to grab another one. I'll catch up.
Cool.
If you want to get a tall boy, one of the ones you brought before. That KBS is kind of for the mountains at the bottom.
So maybe not that one.
Probably not that one.
Noted.
You can just go for the ones you brought because we still have 3 of the. What's bullshit?
KBS, some Kentucky bullshit.
It might be. Actually, when we could share that, one of them. No, they're different. So the one on the right's actually grab one of the ones on the right because drinking 3 of those is going to be raw. Yeah, I might be. Yeah, if you want to pour half in your glass and then I'll just drink out of the bottle.
Okay.
Steve, it always goes over well when we play this next song, "Save Tonight." I really, really like that song. And his sister.
What a weird band name.
Well, it's just his name. His name is Eagle Eye Cherry. His sister is Nina Cherry. You know who that is?
No.
You know this. You know one of the songs that Nina Cherry did. It's from the 80s.
I wouldn't have thought she'd have been a musician with a name like that.
Neneh, Swedish singer-songwriter. Let's see. It was... What was her famous fucking song? God damn it, man. I really should come prepared for this. No, Eagle Eye Cherry is actually his name. Like, that's his. It wasn't the band. Buffalo Stance?
It's her brother. Buffalo Stance Cherry.
Hold on. Now I got to turn the fucking volume up on this because I think Buffalo Stance is the name of the song. See if we recognize this. Oh, fuck you, Dolce & Gabbana. I don't... What part of me would want to buy that? But she was a famous 80s musician.
No, that's the Modelo song. And yes, I'll take a few of them.
All right, that wasn't the song. But anyway.
That is non-good.
Never mind. She was in the 80s, and that had 28 million views, so she was well known in the 80s. Moving on, Steve. What you got next?
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Semi-Sonic.
Overplayed. Just sing of it then, sing of it now. Like, guys, bar's closing. Play closing time.
Every
what
now
do you
and
think
then,
it means? Oh well.
Every now and then, people will request closing time. 45 minutes into our set, I'm like, well, we can't really play that because I said contractually we have to stop playing if we play closing time.
Yeah. Says me.
Do you remember the song "C'est la vie" from the band Bewitched? It was this cutesy, like
the other chick pop group, and no.
Yeah, here today, gone today. It's completely bubblegum poppy and forgettable. So, moving on there. Oh, how was the KBS?
No BS about it.
Okay, it was cinnamon, vanilla, and cocoa. So
it tastes like all of those.
All right, cool.
It's delightful.
The ABV was
12ish.
Yep, 12%.
Hey, I didn't read it.
Well, something about KBS being pretty consistently high grav.
Also, yes.
Oh my God, that's delicious. Tastes like breakfast. Moving on. You Get What You Give from the New Radicals.
Oh, wow.
98. That album was actually not bad. There was some weird shit on it, obviously, but...
that song doesn't bother me as much now as it did, but I really didn't like that one in its day.
Yeah.
We'll kick their asses. Bullshit, kid.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go up and kick Marilyn Manson's ass. And back in Hanson.
Well,
you could
no,
probably do that.
It looks like he's going to serve you some fine grandma's cooking because he's grandma. Yikes.
Yeah.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis. Wow. The Offspring really fell off the boat with pretty white for a fly guy.
I take it you didn't like that song very much.
No. It's like, I really enjoyed their harder, punkier stuff early on. Like the first 3 albums, like Smash Their Third, way better. But then things went a bit sideways once Ixnay and Americana hit.
What do you think your favorite Offspring song is? Mine is The Kids Aren't All Right. I didn't like Why Don't You Get a Job either. Not
Black Ball off one of the early ones. Or Baghdad from '89. There was an alternate version from named Tehran. Same concept, just
a different capital of a different IRA.
Yes, and this was pre-Axis of Evil being what it became known during the W years.
Right.
It was like, oh, they were onto something. What can I say? Just any 2-syllable could have worked.
Hey.
Make your last stand in Berlin.
Leave Berlin out of this. Don't take my breath away.
This is way too late for that. Favorite Berlin song? Metro. That I was only made aware of that because System of a Down covered it on the Dracula 2000 soundtrack.
Is it good?
They both are.
Interesting. I probably heard it. It's one of those songs, probably one of those where you're like, oh, yeah, I've heard that before. What's next, Esteban?
Sheryl Crow, You're My Favorite Mistake.
I like that one.
I liked her.
What, you don't like her?
I always liked her.
Same. I don't.
What the hell, Lance Armstrong?
Well, it takes balls to be with her.
Not a black ball?
No, not a single. Never mind. Although the thing she did with Kid Rock was pretty much inexcusable.
Yeah.
But All I Want to Do is good, except trying to play that is so weird because the vocal line
all
doesn't
over the place.
follow.
CJH did an episode on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's insaner.
I imagine. When I was seeing The Married Lady, she used to listen to the song If It Makes You Happy about me. This is no secret to anybody that knows me. This was long before Emily. Now I'm still seeing a married lady, but she's my wife.
Yeah.
I do refer to Emily as my first wife and my ex-girlfriend.
Sounds like a very Anthony sort of thing.
Yeah.
Versus Danny Gold referring to his wife upon having been married as his ex-girlfriend, but now said ex-girlfriend is now also ex-wife. Upon making the announcement on his podcast back 8 years ago, he said, something really happened along the way. I don't want to tell you what happened, but it rhymes with blei blot blavorst.
If you're gonna,
what really happened there, Mr. Stephen King knockoff?
Jesus. Do you remember the song "No No No" from Destiny's Child?
No, no, no.
The video was better. A young Beyonce. And you got Fly Away from Lenny Kravitz, who has the distinction of rhyming the word away with away.
Yeah. Well, it's not as bad as Funny Things and Funny Things. See also The Rock Kid. Woof. But tell me, are that somebody?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love Aaliyah. She was just a little doll, man. It's too bad she died.
That's why don't fly, kids.
And there's Iris. Actually, don't fly with several thousand pounds over your cargo capacity, which is what happened. They loaded the plane up with extra shit and didn't tell anybody. But there's Iris from Goo Goo Dolls, and we just talked. It's very beautiful. So, Steve, what you got next?
We're all stars now. And that dope show.
Cops and queers. I miss shit like that.
It's like you could actually play it on the radio. Wow. We're so edgy back then.
It's too bad he's a giant douche nozzle, but like there was some good stuff on Manson albums. I need to revisit that catalog. Well, it was, I think.
Well, you got a 3-hour drive ahead of you.
Emily's going to be with me. So, although she likes. Kill Switch is heavy, but and growly, but it's still like more uplifting and stuff. So she doesn't really gravitate towards.
It's more upbeat than your average metal stuff, though.
Sure, metalcore usually is like we start out every road trip with Days of the New because it's so chill. And then we usually go to Tantric or something she can sing along to. She knows the words. But the albums Greg gave me the Cars this week, the debut from the Cars.
Was it just what you needed?
It was. Actually, it was good. I finished it already because I'm going to be in the mountains, and I gave him Jerry Cantrell, Degradation Trip.
Nice.
So
is that the one of Anger Rising?
Yeah.
Man, that song's so rad.
And Angel Eyes.
Nice.
Yeah. Bargain Basement Howard Hughes is on there too. He's like, that's a funny title. That's a funny title. Let's see here, Steve. The Power of Goodbye from Madonna. I remember that one, and I'm don't really like that one.
That's not ringing a bell.
No greater power than the power of doing goodbye. It was a weird. It's a weird song.
I'll tell you what it's like to have to lose.
Did you like it?
Yes. That was a cool tune. Like, yeah. I had no idea what the hell House of Pain was, so I didn't know where Everlast came from. Like, who's this guy? Because all I'm thinking is the chastity belt from Men in Tights. It's an Everlast. It's like, okay. Like, if he's that... Well, that took an interesting turn.
Yeah.
Advantage Everlast.
How Deep Is Your Love from Drew Hill. I remember that one because...
Was that a...
Cisco?
No. I was wondering if that's a Bee Gees cover.
No. No, it was How Deep Is Your Love
'Cause we're living in a world of fools.
No.
Taking us down.
Yeah. No, it's a different song. And it's another R&B slow... or not necessarily not that slow, but it's another one of those I want to fuck you songs. It's R&B, so
Natch.
Yeah. Jump, Jive, and Wail.
What is this, the 50s or 1989?
Why in the late 90s did swing come back for like a week and then go away?
Well, Brand Setzer managed to revive two different styles of music in two different decades. Because in the 80s, he had the Stray Cats reviving the 50s. And then in the 90s, he revived the 20s with the swing thing.
Jeez.
Maybe these things don't need to make sense.
We had that, and then you had Zoot Suit Riot come out.
Yeah.
And then you had Mambo No. 5.
Yeah.
And then there was no more swing. Well, Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Well, nothing to make it that big. Yeah, Squirrel Nut Zippers were the best of them.
Put a lid on it. You remember that song from them?
Vaguely.
Put a lid down on it. Everything will be all right.
I mean, forget bananas. I now know how to spell damnation.
Oh, yeah. End of the line. I remember when that came out and I watched the video. I'm like, it might be on this list.
And I think they're from Chapel Hill.
They are. They're from North Carolina. I remember watching that video, and I want to say it was from like 98, 99, maybe 97. But I remember going, what the fuck am I watching? It's so cool.
It's you that you adore. Yes, pure. We don't know the words. That's my finest Billy Corgan for you. Ava Adore by the Smashy Bashy Pumpkins.
Damn it. Was that the name of the album, too? Melancholy was 95, so...
What we're having after that?
The House theme came out in 98. Teardrop for Massive Attack. By the way, I had a sex CD, and that was the first song on it when my girlfriend came over when I was 21. And that was that Massive Attack makes good fucking songs.
I would have had a sex CD, but the holes were too small.
Heyo.
To completely rip off the joke from 165 back in the day. We tried phone sex, but the holes were too small.
I like that. I really, really like that. I shouldn't, but I do.
AJ.
Yes.
Look here. Dare you.
I'm trying to pace myself booze wise, because it's going to be a long weekend.
It's like I was calling this a Wednesday.
Well, I drank a lot yesterday. We met a really nice gentleman, Brian's neighbor, and then he wanted us to come over to his house because he was having such a good time talking to us. And then he had a bunch of guitars.
Wait, you were in Summerwood? You were in Summerwood last night?
Yeah.
Or at Pour?
Pour. Went to Pour, and then his neighbor was there with me and Brian. And then we went over to the neighbor's house, and he had a bunch of guitars he wanted me to play, and all of them needed new strings and a nice setup because they were really fucking hard to play. But
I was like, I had dinner at Kate's folks' place where it had ribs and a bunch of wine.
Fuck yes.
Chilling, like, it's the first time we'd seen Sydney in 3 weeks.
Aw.
Yep.
Pretty puppy.
That dog's rad.
Yeah. Do you remember the video to Thank You from Alanis Morissette where she was naked?
Yeah, everything's creatively covered.
Yeah, but you could kind of still tell that there was quite a bit going on downstairs, which I thought this was 98 and not 78, but...
Because she needs to cool her jets.
I approve.
Do you like my Canadian do attitude?
You are so full house of yourself.
Cut it out.
She needed to. All right.
Fossil me, you'll never catch me. Damn it, I love the jackalope.
I've only got a
and
couple.
I miss Jackalope Jacks.
I've only got a couple left until I go to the Wikipedia. So
yep. I'm gonna go ahead and load that.
All right. So the last two that were on there were Rosa Parks from Outkast,
Noise,
and My Father's Eyes from Eric Clapton.
Well, do you know the joke I made when Rosa Parks died?
No.
Everybody moved to the back of the hearse.
Nice. Do you remember Anthony Jeselnik's joke about that? All right, so it wasn't about that, but he said, he goes, we just had the funeral for my grandmother. They said she committed suicide. She threw herself in the front of a bus. We all knew she was just trying to stop civil rights.
Wow.
I love Anthony Jeselnik so much. Oh, my God.
And never mind how much fucked up shit I could say around my sister and brother-in-law. They are not Jeselnik fans.
Really? Any reason? Because he looks like Carson Daly or Nick Hexum from 311?
All the above. Kaylin's cousin's husband looks a lot like Jeselnik, too.
Her husband?
What's up, Fred?
That's what you have in Alabama as a husband.
Not in Seattle.
Yeah, that's right. I can't believe that number one song on the Billboard Top 198 on Wiki wasn't on that list that we just looked at. I'm sure you remember that one.
Too Close by Next? No. I don't see what Steve Jobs' company, between him working at Apple, had to do with any of this.
You remember that song if you ever went to a school dance or a prom.
Went to a few of them, but cannot place it.
Real close, that's real slow. You're making it hard for me. Which was a very sexually driven song, considering they played it at my middle school fucking dance.
Meanwhile, I'm getting badgered by Wikipedia. Hi, readers. Sorry to interrupt, but this Wednesday we ask you to protect Wikipedia's independence. This is the fifth appeal we've shown you, and 98% of our readers don't give. They keep reading. All we ask is $2.75. You can afford $2.75 or $25 if $25. Please don't scroll away. Oh, I'm gonna.
Moving on.
And I should look this up on private mode so you can't read my shit. Ugh. Anyway, free stuff trying to not be free.
So we'll go one for one. So I did two.
The boy is mine.
We already discussed that one, so you get another one.
Oh, yeah. You're still the one.
Thank you, Steve.
That's a sweet song.
She still looks gorgeous.
Because Canada.
And, we discussed that on the last episode. That whole album was a fucking banger. It's the number one selling female album of all time.
Come on over. And over there. And over there. And over there. And by the way, you're cleaning all this up.
And by the way, fuck you, Mutt Lang. Who the fuck do you think you're going to get better than looking than Shania Twain looking like fucking Ron Howard?
Could be worse. It could be Clint Howard.
Yeah, that's true. The next one is one of those cheesy songs, but is actually a really pretty song. It's Truly, Madly, Deeply from Savage Garden. That's a pretty song.
But there's no Chicka Cherry Cola going on in that, so it's less popular.
What's funny is I like that song, but when Truly Madly
it's a complete gibberish. That Truly Madly, yeah.
About,
Number 4 here on the list was a sweeter song.
I've genuinely considered learning it, but as I'm learning more songs to play, I need to keep it more upbeat.
Yeah, that's sweet but slow, and do you really want to attempt those high notes?
I can, yeah. All right, so it's weird because it's mid to high stuff that I have trouble with, but like super high I can do just fine. Like in High and Dry from Radiohead, I hit that just fine, no problem. But like all head voice is fine, like falsetto, but like it's that mid to high register, like in
So you're never taking up singing yes.
No. I was gonna like in Be Yourself, the chorus of Be Yourself from Audio Slave.
Yeah.
That I have trouble with that sort of mixed register of shit. That's really nerdy. Next up, Esteban.
Hi, we're us.
Yeah. You know that song.
How do I live without you?
I want to know.
Trisha Yearwood's version was better than Leanne Rimes, but Together Again, I don't remember. So next up is All My Life Was Played.
Yeah, everywhere, all the time.
And it's a pretty song. Do you even know who Casey and JoJo were members of before they were solo art? Or
Negative.
Jodeci. You remember Jodeci?
Negative.
Well, there you go. It should.
So basically,
Jodeci.
they flipped and kicked out D.
Yeah, it was like I think it was a 4-person R&B group, early '90s, and then they went and kind of did their own thing, and they did pretty damn good for themselves.
Yep. Some days you're Marilyn Monroe, some days you're Princess. Put the die and die. Candle in the Wind 97.
I fucking love Candle in the Wind, both versions.
Yep.
I
heard the 97 version long before I heard the original.
I did too. But then the video, you see the video when he's got the wig and shit on, that's the original one. That's a fucking beautiful song. Nice and Slow from Usher. You probably know that too.
Not to be confused with Slow, Deep, and Hard by Typo Negative.
You do remember Nice and Slow, don't you?
No.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets.
All right.
I got
think I know
a
it.
real pretty little thing. Oh, the chorus was I was just waiting for Let me take you to a place so nice and quiet where there ain't no one to interrupt. I just want to take it nice and slow. The baby, tell me what you want to do. You might have heard it before. I didn't really want to sing an Usher song live on air for episode 98, so...
This is degreelessness mode, which somehow that was the cheat code in Doom to walk through walls.
Oh, really?
I don't want to wait for the sun to be over. I want it over right now.
You see Peter Griffin's version of that. I don't want to say, I want to buy a new Toyota.
I like it better already.
How's it going to be from Third Eye Blind?
Wasn't keen on that one.
We play it. It's okay.
It's still Stephen Jenkins sound like Stephen Jenkins being the dickbag Stephen Jenkins is.
I like my version better than his.
Me too.
Well, look what you get to say.
No.
Well, we already did that one, so you have to do the next one.
I actually did this at 820 because they have Wheel of Karaoke. So, for those not in the know, this would be the Titanic hit from technically late 97, My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion.
They should have...
It was like, and there were a dozen of us that night, and I sang my heart out and fake passed out on stage afterwards.
They should have done like Fallon does, where they do Wheel of Karaoke, where you spin the song, and then you spin an artist, and you have to sing the song in the style of the artist.
That's stuff I keep making up anyway, and You know how many of these songs wind up being Axl Rose?
I was going to say.
My favorite is Four Non-Blondes.
Oh, my God. Axl Rose doing Four Non-Blondes?
Yeah.
What about Fred Schneider doing Four Non-Blondes?
Go on.
I said, hey, 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 hey.
My favorite is Dana Gould's covering The Doors.
Yes.
Killing the Road, whatever.
That's good.
There's
Steve.
a killer on the road. His brain was swerving like a toad. Get out of that road, you silly toad.
Steve. Na, 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 na.
Na, 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 na. Getting Gigolo With It by William Smith.
T-shirt Hell used to have a shirt that says, I'm not getting jiggy, I have Parkinson's.
So that Cars album have Shake It Up.
Yeah. Damn, there's a lot of Usher on here.
We don't even have a waitress here. What the hell?
Fuck no. Wait, who's getting married? I remember all these only because.
You make me one with my way, my all.
You remember You Make Me Wanna, don't you? That was huge.
My way. Is that a Sinatra cover?
No.
I don't know any of this.
You Make Me Want is like, you make me want to leave the one I'm with, start a new relationship with you. Yeah. My all, though. I give up on my ring and all the things that come along with you. Make me. Yeah.
Make me.
Steve, should we do an R&B duo?
Probably. I would need a crash course in the everything, but
okay.
This is gonna get weird.
That's okay. I live in weird. Been Around the World. And that was kind of a cover of was it Diana Ross, Around the World? Now I can't find my baby. But it was the same. It was like a sample of that. Anyway, you're up next.
Eddie that year and gotta save the dogs.
I like Sarah McLaughlin. In the Arms of an Angel. If you listen to that and you don't feel anything, you're fucking dead inside. That's such a pretty song.
Still working on it, folks.
Maybe I've heard it at 2 funerals. That didn't help.
Were you feeling just a little crushed?
I'm that guy thing. Every time we touch. What's she look like? I'm on it. You're on it too. What does Jennifer Page look like? Oh, okay. She kind of looks like Rebecca Romaine. Used to be married to John Stamos.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she kind of looks like that.
Now I'm just getting badgered a sixth time by Wikipedia. Mushroom.
I played it so long that the badger was playing, like the badger was playing during the snake part.
You played it till it got out of sync. This must have been a Flash video.
It was.
It was running separately. It's like it was a YouTube video. It's like, no, that's all going to be in sync.
No, it was a Flash. It was a Flash video. Hey, Steve. Everybody,
rock your body.
We have to do it.
Like Backstreet's Back. Like that was the first thing I heard from them. It's like, well, where were they?
That you surely you heard something before then.
No.
Well, I had sisters, so. Well, you did too.
I still have a sister who. Oh dear. I switched browsers. Now Wikipedia is only badgering me a first time, not a sixth.
That's nice. Oh, God damn it. Where'd it go? So, do you remember when we were growing up and you heard the boy bands and you kind of dismissed them, but now you're like, you know what? You're listening to these songs now. At least they have melody and they have rhythm. It's a damn sight better than some of the shit we have to listen to now.
That's why a lot of what Kayla and I are listening to is new stuff in old styles. So it's like 70s garage rock, but made nowadays.
Oh, like Greta Van Fleet?
Yeah. It was like that, Ty Segall, King Khan. Like, there's some cool shit being made, but nothing's making it big. But Ty Segall is my brother's age, so a year younger than you.
Yeah.
Has 30 albums out.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like he was on Marin, and it's just Orange County kid that makes incredible noise. Excuse me, fuzz, because that was one of his bands. Because it's not just him, it's the other bands.
Thanks, Buckethead. I mean, albums he has?
No.
A lot.
As many chicken legs have been sold by KFC?
It's getting fucking there.
I could have been Buckethead, but now that Harbor Freight 5-gallon bucket's $5 instead of $3, like, I can't afford that.
322. 322 albums. He's 6'6". He's 52 years old, and he has 322 albums. And played in Guns N' Roses from 2000 to 2004.
How? They weren't even doing anything then.
Yeah,
They're
well,
busy making Chinese democracy. That for a goof, why yes, I did want that once it finally came out for Crimbus 07. I was like, oh wait, this all sounds just like the demos I found ripped off from Redacted.
he was General Zo's head during the. Well,
I
lost my place.
And
I'll body bump it. Yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yay, wanna bump your body, baby. It's a terrible song. Oh, God almighty. All right, you get 2 now. I went twice in a row.
Well, this kiss has already been covered, so I don't ever want to see you again, 'cause you fucked all my friends.
But I stuck by you till the end. You were messing around with him. I didn't want to notice it. Oh my God, I can't remember.
By someone named Uncle Sam.
I remember so much.
I want you to remember this song.
I remember so many obscure R&B lyrics that it's fucking weird. Oh well, you get to go again because I went twice in a row.
Let's Ride by Montel Williams Jordan featuring Master P and Silk the Shocker.
Whose real name is Vishon Miller. I'd probably go by.
Hell of a name.
Well, Steve.
Vishon, you Sean, we all Sean for Vishon.
Rah, rah, rah.
Oh boy.
You do the next one because I love number 29. If you don't remember it.
Because I really didn't like 28.
You don't like
Sex and Candy? Like, well, that one got overplayed, but like whatever the other airplayed song they had, like Saint Joe and the Octopus or whatever, was just garbage.
Do you know how Sex and Candy got its name?
Well, Smells Like Teen Spirit was already taken.
I believe they were having like this big sleepover in high school, and like somebody had walked in, and they were this couple was making out, and the girl was like, "Ooh, smells like Sex and Candy in here," and it just kind of stuck with him, and he named the song Sex and Candy. But Robin, Show Me Love is such a good pop song. You don't remember it?
Nope.
Show me love and what it's all about. Oh. It's good. It's and she was fucking hot too. I wonder if she's still alive. Let's see here.
I would hope so.
I hope so too. I think she's Swedish. Yep, Swedish. My bum is on the Swedish. Robin. She always had this really pretty pixie haircut too. Yeah, she still looks really good. My sister had that album, and it was actually like a pretty fucking decent album. It's a good song. I like it. I like cheesy pop shit sometimes. So weird. Everybody says, "Oh, my music taste is eclectic." I'm like, you know what? The more people you talk to, I think everybody's musical taste is kind of all. Because if you're just that guy, if you're like if you just listen to the same genre all the time, that's fucking boring. Fucking really.
That's why I listen to Cars by Gary Newman, and I always listen to Cars by Fear Factory.
Oh, did you hear that cover of, or not cover, but they had 9 Inch Nails was doing Cars with Gary Newman?
Pardon?
Uh-huh. It was good. It was really good.
Interesting.
By the way, The Downward Spiral was Greg's favorite album so far. I've given him.
Nice.
He's like, he goes, from start to finish, he's like, I love the story. Like, I was like, yeah, it's.
Hi, Greg. This Mr. Self-Destruct salutes you.
I think my favorite song on there is Reptile.
Nice.
I still love Heresy, but I think my favorite song is Reptiles because it's so fucking weird. You're next.
Song for Mama by Boys to Men.
I don't remember that, and I don't remember What You Want from
Nope.
Mace.
Nope. Frozen. Don't remember that.
I do remember Gone Till November from Wyclef.
Wait. He'll be back.
Well, him and Billy Joe. Gone Till November was decent. My Body I remember from LSG. That was another one of those I Want to Fuck You songs that were played at school dances that shouldn't have been played at. My body all over your body all over my body, babe. Yep. So you're, oh boy, 35.
Boogity, 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 boogity.
I didn't realize I was going to be bringing back memories of sexy, soft R&B shit. I'm definitely bringing back memories of that right now.
I Want Your Back by NSYNC. Not the rest of you, just your back.
I don't remember that one, actually.
No. Lights Go Out. No.
I don't remember that.
They don't know. I don't know.
I remember They Don't Know. That was what I was referring to. It's, don't listen to what people say. They don't know about you and me. It was really pretty R&B song. I remember him being like almost white in color. So I was like, wait a second. This is interesting. Oh boy, number 40.
Make him say,
Na 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 na.
I was like, is this the right song? It's the right song.
Yeah, so they had a Master P doll that when you pulled the string, it would go make them say and they played it on VH1. It was one of the VH1 programs where they interviewed everybody.
Did SNL parody this?
I wish.
That it's a pull string dentist. Make him say, ah!
Well, they bought one of the Master P dolls on, and they pulled it and went make him say, It sounded so terrible.
Or a bit erotic. Hello.
It's like it's somebody.
Make him say, ah.
Somebody experienced something that was so like not painful enough to be really pissed, but just like ugh, like they were disgusted.
Make him say, ugh. Instead of make him say, ooh.
Yeah. Make him say, what?
Ah.
Na 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 na.
Make him say, ugh.
I don't remember Make It Hot.
How'd I get kicked off NPR with this voice?
Live from NPR News, I am Lakshmi Singh. I don't remember Make It Hot.
Live from NPR, I'm Nicole Mocha. Never ever have I heard All Saints.
I've heard All Saints, but not that song. All Saints had a really big hit. What was it?
They went on to become not quite Grand Theft Auto with All Saints Row.
It was a Canadian girl group. They are all really pretty. What was the name of that fucking song, man? They had a really, really big song. It's
called I Can't Blink Hard Enough.
It's completely escaping me. It was a huge song. I don't think it was Never Ever. It might have been. And to be honest, I don't really want to search for it on YouTube because I don't want my algorithm to get fucked up.
Private mode, bro. Sign it to Google, then look.
Maybe it was. Maybe
Gotta
it was.
look up incognito, if I pronounce it, man.
You know, I'm sad I didn't think about it, but there's a vegan meat joint now called Incognito. And I'm mad that I didn't think of that first.
Maybe want to go. Maybe say nah. You know how and why fake meat is so delicious? The same way Outback is so delicious. It is all the salt.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Once you mix all the stuff in it,
that's why I'm
fine.
so good at grilling. It is all the salt. And pepper and olive oil.
Well, that helps too. I get it feels good. All right, now we're now starting to get into stuff I don't know.
Getting a little obscure. It's been 1 week.
We already went through that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I remember My Love is the shh.
but you're not making love anymore to Drew Hill. Or what about your Crystal Meth
We're not
Bender?
making love no more. We're not even trying to change. I don't know why I know this.
Should have been not even trying to score. Come on.
Ooh, Semi-Charmed.
This,
More Stephen
this
Jenkins.
is after 100. We're switching this. We're gonna become Song Fixer, Fixer / Ruiner, Song Fixer Ruiner.
So the option's there. So it can be choose your own adventure song style.
I like it.
Hey.
So something about crystal meth.
I think Semi-Charmed Life, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that song was actually on Kids Bop at one point. But so was Follow Me from Uncle Kracker, which is clearly a song about fucking cheating on your spouse.
I don't know, but never liked that song either.
That song, no. All right, so the second verse, I'm not worried about the ring you wear, because as long as no one knows, there's nobody that cares. You're feeling guilty, and I'm well aware, but you don't look ashamed, and baby, I'm not scared. There you go.
So it was hindered a shitbag before it hindered a shitbag. Amazing.
Well, I was technically about 30 minutes ago telling people how much of a shitbag I was, but I was the...
Are you a crooked vulture?
I
Are you
wasn't
having
cheater.
those scumbag blues?
I wasn't the cheater.
The cheatee?
I was just the cheatee. So, do you remember the I Do? I remember I Do from Lisa Loeb.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
And I do. Didn't know it was her.
She's gorgeous.
Next up, I know 62.
Sure, that was their first.
Quit playing games with my heart. With my heart.
So,
Because I'm really bad at solitaire. What?
on the behind the scenes of that video, because if you watch the video, it's one of those where it's slowed down, but the song is in the right speed. How they do that is they speed the song up and they record them singing it at double speed, so that when they slow it down, it looks like that. So he's like, they were going, quit playing games with my heart. So it was really weird to do that. What were you making a fucking face like that at?
65.
I don't remember that.
Good. Are you Jimmy Ray? Nobody wants to know. Wants to know. That was probably the worst of the 50s revival acts.
Okay. So I shouldn't look that up later?
Don't.
I know Jay's cover of Time After Time was...
You'll envy Nick Long if you did.
Time After Time was actually pretty decent. The cover from I Know Jay.
I thought that was some sort of personality type, an INOJ.
The Myers-Briggs shit is so fucking stupid. Like, you could take that test twice, 3 times in a row, and get something different every fucking time. Such a garbage ass. I got the hook up. Holla if you hear me. By the way, Master P played and made first cut for the Charlotte Hornets in the NBA. He actually played. He was a good basketball player. He got cut eventually, but he made. His name's Percy Miller. So I would go by Master P also.
Yeah. Percy's not a good name for anybody.
No, I don't know one Percy that. Nope.
No, it's short for Percival. Also, not a good name.
No.
I was like, what rejected Knights of the Round Table were you? Although what I can tell you, that your island's in the stream. That's what we are. And then for Bullworth, you became a ghetto superstar.
That was a fucking cool song.
My sister and brother-in-law dressed up as Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers for Halloween.
God, yes. That's
and
amazing.
she proceeded to do 9 to 5 karaoke.
Oh wow, that's cool.
They've been murdering Halloween for a minute.
That's cool.
Last year, she brought back her wedding dress 5 years later, thinking she'd never wear it again, to become Bride of Chucky. Guess who Josh was?
Very nice.
It's an amazing couple of pictures.
I need to be friends with her. I don't think I'm actually friends with her on FaceTube. Where was? Oh, so
Number 71. Also, still not a Bee Gees cover.
We already went through that.
I know. I'm looking for a different answer, man. Because I listened to the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack way too much in middle school.
And it only turned out to be a Sunday morning cold. I don't remember that Busta Rhymes song.
COVID-77.
Yep, don't remember that Busta song. I do, however, everybody remembers number 74.
I'll be your crying shoulder. I'll be love suicide. What the hell, Romeo?
I have seen Edwin McCain in concert when I was a senior in high school.
Was he busy being a vegan then too, man?
He was really, really nice. And you know where he played? You know where I saw him? Oakboro Music Hall. He was doing a rural tour and going to small venues. It was him, the bassist, and then the guy playing the sax. And it was a fantastic show.
He appeared on the VH1 series, the I Love the 90s. Mm-hmm. It was like dumb nostalgia shows.
Sure.
And those were always so much fun. And he always seemed to be really pleasant on there.
And I forgot it was on not Behind the Music, but it was one of those I Love the 90s or I Love the shit like that.
70s, 80s, 90s, and then flashback to the 40s. Like, I don't remember any of that.
No.
Anyway, here.
He said, I get all the time. People go, do you ever get tired when you play out live of playing I'll Be? And he goes, I'll be in my house, and then I'll walk by in my office, and I'll see a gold record, and it says Edwin McCain, I'll Be on it. And you know what? Once I've never walked by that and went, stupid gold record. That was the answer.
You know, I actually took my gold record to get it bronzed to humble myself.
Unrealistic expectation Asian parent meme. I don't think that's a thing anymore. Steve, are you quicker than number 75?
No, that was not her worst, not her best.
Yeah, that's true.
And then again, her James Bond theme 4 years later also makes me want to stab my ears out. And the rest of that movie pretty well wants me to stab my eyes out, except for Rosalind Frost, whoever the villainess was.
Yeah. Pierce Brosnan was in that too, right?
That was his last one. And rumor has it the last Craig one's fantastic.
What's the name of that one?
No Time to Die.
Okay.
It's been out for a month, so that makes the 25th movie.
How many times has the word die appeared in a Bond film?
At least 3.
Okay.
And then kills appeared a few times. Guns appeared a few times. No, it's like it's about a killer spy or something.
Uh-huh. Touch it from, Manifa, touch it. I think it was, do you really want to touch it? Do you really want to mess with me tonight?
You skipped It's All For You.
Oh, yeah.
Finally, I figured it out. But it took a long, long time. Like, wait a minute. It's funny because it's true.
I thought that was older than 98, to be honest with you, but...
It's always there, AJ.
I know. They're from Florida. From Gainesville.
No fly.
Mm-hmm. Then we had Touch It, and then Money, Power, Respect, which I remember, but... Steve, up next, 79.
It's a bittersweet symphony, then you die.
I love opening with that. That's such a good song to open with.
What you about the orchestra? Did you take it the synth?
These are my orchestra. Dangerous Busta. Do you remember that one?
I got a vague recollection of it.
Dangerous.
But I'm also going to get it confused with what a Prodigy song was. This is dangerous!
Oh. Hold your
that was
breath.
Minefields. Never mind.
Winging it from right to left with the Wyclef. Then the shit be hot to death. The staying alive. You only the strongest survive. Holding the heat. Back on my seat. Whipping the 5. Baseline for all of my people moving around. Cutting it down. All of the people holding it down. Cutting you up. That new shit rucking you up. Fucking you up. The black hole sucking you up.
Black hole sucking up. I want you suck it up. Wash away the rain.
That's good.
Spice of life.
The girl.
Spice of life. Spice of life. Gotta watch Dune.
I don't remember Because of You from 98 Degrees.
Pass.
Yeah.
The Mummies Dance pass.
Mummers Day. It's not the Mummies.
I don't give a shit. What are you going to do? Get all cried out about it?
I remember that one. Do you remember?
No.
My body never knew such pleasure.
More importantly, the Big Pun version and the Incubus cover thereof. I don't want to be a player no more.
I'm not a player. By the way, Big Punisher was a gigantic asshole and a wife beater and everything. So good. I'm glad that fat piece of shit is fucking dead. So I don't remember that Aaliyah song.
Nope.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. She got a twofer?
These foolish
that's my favorite
games are
Jewel.
tearing me apart.
That's my favorite Jewel song. I love that one.
You were meant for me.
I don't like that one that much.
I was made for you. Isn't that the same song?
I like Foolish Games better.
Minaj, nope. Do for Love, nope. Raise the Roof.
Raise the roof. You got to raise the roof. It was one of those techno.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. It was the last of the quintessential 90s techno shit.
At least techno shit that made it big. That became like whatever later.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck me.
Nobody's supposed to be here. And number 99. Oh, wait.
No, I was looking at 94, Butter Love from Next. Another innuendo. Oh my god. That song is so fucking cheesy.
Sounds like how somebody got kicked out of the dairy department, all right, folks?
Or the farm. Yikes. But so many nipples.
That's not what Nirvana's Milk It's about.
And we've been through a couple of those, and I don't remember
Nope.
West Side from TQ.
Nope.
that was entertaining. I like this.
Yes.
And now we know that I know a shocking number of lyrics to R&B songs.
And I can butcher a number of lyrics to everything.
Do we continue, or do we just call it at that for 98?
I'm hungry, and I got to pee. In no particular order.
Cool.
Wait, there is a particular order.
98's done. We got something special for number 100 coming up, but 99 will be first, probably week after next.
Sure.
Probably, unless something special happens. Luke wants to be on.
All right, yeah.
Luke Constantinides.
The Greek.
Yes.
Bring him to the Greek. Bring the Greek to me.
That's how you do it. Well, Steve, you've been Polaroid Rageous the entire time, while I've been Taco Tuesday with pizza on a Wednesday.
That's not your Instagram handle.
I have an Instagram handle that I don't even really post anything to Instagram, but
I'm just in it for the boobs.
Indeed. What the tumbler? I need to get a tumbler where I have like water in it, but there's tits all over it.
Interesting. That's way more fun than, for a while I had a grocery bag full of tumblers, but I think that got donated. Turvis. Like, never got it. It's a $30 plastic cup.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And why did my parents buy so many of these?
Are we going to Hawthorne it, or are we going to peel it?
Either way is fine by me.
You know, I haven't been to Peel in a while, and I really don't have any fucking where to be.
All right.
It's still 7:09,
yes,
so if you pee and we can get out here
soon,
we can go to Peel. All right, 99's next, 100's big. Bye-bye, guys and gals.
Toodles me doodles.